Hello to everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to introduce a new workflow for GreenShift WordPress plugin which will definitely save you a lot of time and open the door to new possibilities. So, let's start to use variable options. Now, you will see small arrow in most of input fields. So, let's click on it. You will get additional drop-down where you can add any values, including modern CSS properties. But main purpose of this option is new tool which is called dynamic variables. By default, plugin doesn't have any pre-installed variables, so you need to enable them first. You can do this from Stylebook, which is available in two places. First is sidebar, which is opened when you click on G icon in top right corner. And second is available in GreenShift settings. There is no difference where you enable these settings, both use the same functionality. But it's important to mention that you need to click on Save button to save variables to database, otherwise, variables will be saved to page so you can test it, but they will be cleaned after page reload. Also, on first usage of this option, you may want to restore default presets if you want to use some pre-installed variables for size and space. Now, let's select one of variable preset. You will see that now our option is marked as variable component. Variables are available not only for input fields but also for color fields. Let me show you example how to use the and how to create own variable preset. So, let's click on G icon and enable variable pop-up. Here I add name of variable, its value and type. Don't forget to save it, then close the window. Now, when you open Variable Selector, you will see our new preset, so let's choose it. You can select the same preset for any block on page. Later, if you want to change this global option, you just simply change it in Variable Selector interface. It's working dynamically on page. Let me show you example. Here, I just change value of variable and it's immediately changing it on whole site. But real power of variables is that they can be changed dynamically on page and they inherit value from parent containers. To show this example, I will use another new feature of GreenShift plugin, interaction panels. We will overview interaction panel in next videos, but here is quick example. We select scroll trigger and set it to work below 0, so it's starting immediately once you scroll page. In actions, we select to set CSS variables and name it with some unique name. It's important to know that variable names always start from 2 dashes. In value, we select to use dynamic value feature. In our scenario, this will be scroll distance value. We also need to use mathematical operations to reduce value, and we need to set units of value. Now, where the magic begins. We use CSS transform and set our dynamic variable as value for y-axis shifting. Don't forget that variables in CSS always start from var function. So, whole logic is next. You added scroll trigger which will run action to set variable with dynamic value related to scroll distance. Then we use this value for shifting of our block. By default, interactions are disabled in editor and they are working only on front-end part. But you can enable them in editor also by clicking on power icon. Let's see what happens under the hood. Our interaction layer adds dynamic style with our variable which will be used in our CSS transformation. But you can use it in any value, for example for paddings, font sizes, width, scale, or opacity. There is no limitation and it's only about your creativity. The same scroll interpolation effect is possible with our animation container, but it's not always good to load whole animation library just for such effects. So interaction layers can be good and very lightweight alternative. Anyway, let me show also example with animation container, which can also update dynamically CSS variables. Here I set color with variable and copy name of this variable which we will update with animation container. Now, let's wrap our whole block with animation container. Scroll down in Options and find CSS Variables panel. Paste here name of our variable and set color which you want to have after animation. Change type of animation. Advantage of animation container is that it has more options for easing and interpolations. You can also enable scroll interpolation for animation, and color will change smoothly related to scroll position. Thank you for your time and see you in next videos with more creative examples for interaction layers.